What's popping, Glam Squad? Squad.
If you gotta do that makeup, boo, do that makeup, do that makeup. You've only got 10 minutes, so put your face on.
What's popping, Glam Squad? Welcome back to our YouTube channel, The Glam Hub by V. If you're new, if it's your first time, karibu sana, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. On today's video, as you can tell, we're gonna be doing a very detailed look. This is the look, and we're gonna be just going through step by step on how you can achieve such a neutral look for your day-to-day makeup routine. And I really hope that you guys learn, and I hope this video will be helpful to you. But above everything, remember you can come to our studio in Nairobi CBD to get your makeup skills upgraded, because we offer makeup classes. And also, if you don't want to learn how to do your own makeup, we offer makeup application services as well at the studio, so make sure to check us out. So on today's video, I just wanted to do something that will be meaningful to you guys. Instead of just doing like a 10 minutes makeup of before and after, I just wanted to take you guys through step by step on how you can achieve your own makeup, and I really hope this will be helpful. So if you want to see how I attain this gorgeous, neutral, very yummy look, please keep on watching. So to start with, I'm going in with my eyebrows, and like I said in the intro, I want this video to be very detailed, especially for the beginners, because I have had so many students come to me and say that they have tried watching so many YouTube videos but they never really get to do it. So I really hope that this detailed video will be helpful to you who is trying to do your own makeup, and that from this video you're gonna be able to ace it. So for eyebrows, I'm using this Davis pencil. It's in number 18. It's a very good color. For Davis, they have several shades from number 4 to number 18, 21, and some are very light, and number 18 tends to be a little bit between dark and light, so it's good for most skin tones. So that's what I'm gonna use. And also I'm using a spoolie just to brush off my eyebrows. This part is very important, and especially if you have very bushy eyebrows, I feel like you can also use a brow soap. For example, there's this, let me just show you guys. So once you brush your brows out, you want to have a very sharp pencil, as you can see, so that you get really refined and defined eyebrows. So I'm just following my brow shape. And also, if you're very oily, setting your eyebrows with a powder, it can either be loose powder or the compact powder, helps to drain out the oils, and it makes outlining your eyebrows easier. So next I'm going in with the LA Girl concealer in the shade Toffee, and that's what I'm gonna use to clean my eyebrow. And also I'm using a very flat brush to clean the brow as well. So when it comes to concealer, you want to use a shade or two lighter, and then the front part you can always use your foundation, which I'll do in a bit. But for this part, the brow bone part, you just want to use a concealer that is like 2 or 1 shades lighter than your skin tone. So also when it comes to eyebrows, the ending of your eye, that should be your guide. This should be your guide of how far or how long the eyebrow should be. So don't extend your eyebrows so far away, because you want them to be symmetrical with your eye. So just this should guide you. Where your eye ends, that's where your eyebrow should end as well. So after cleaning, I think I'm happy with them. Again, remember, they don't have to be twins, but they should be sisters for sure. So I don't want to do a very complex makeup, so I'm just gonna go to my skin. I have already done my skincare, so I'm just gonna add in the primer and then go in with the foundation, and then we're gonna finish with the eyes. I'm gonna use a Maybelline primer, and I'm gonna be using the matte poreless because I tend to sweat a little bit on the T-zone area. So for the matte one, I'm gonna use it on the T-zone area. Then on my side, the side of my face, I'm gonna use this Luminous Smooth. Yeah, so Maybelline, they have really nice primers. So if you don't know what maybe brand to look for in primer, you can try out Maybelline. So this, I'm gonna focus on it on the forehead and my nose and my chin. And then this other one, I'm just gonna add it on the side of my face. And you can see they're very different even in color. This is a bit cream and this is a bit white. But that's not the main thing. The main thing is that one is mattifying and then the other one is a little bit it's smoothening but also gives you a glow. So it's good for, again, I don't know if you guys know about your skin type. I don't know if you are oily or dry or combination or even sensitive. There are up to 5 skin types. So if you're oily, I would recommend you use the mattifying primer from Maybelline. And if you're dry, I would recommend definitely the illuminating one. Yeah, that one will give you some moisture so that your skin is a little bit hydrated. But even beyond the primer, always make sure you have skincare routine. That goes a long way when it comes to your makeup, because how your skin looks really affects how your makeup will sit on the face. Yeah, and for primer, I prefer blending with my hand because I feel like that way most product doesn't go to the brush. Yeah, but when applying on a client, because you don't want to be so touchy on the face, you are forced to use a brush. So make sure you get those corners and make sure you have the perfect base for your foundation. Again, primer is very important, guys. It acts as the barrier between your skin and your foundation. So don't do your makeup with don't skip priming your face before doing your foundation. For foundation, I'm gonna use the Zaron FZ35. It's the Healthy Glow foundation. It controls oil, so it's a matte, but it's not very dry. It's not like the illegal dry. It's a little bit glowing. It gives you a healthy glow finish. And to blend it out, I'm gonna use this flat brush. It's very firm and you need such a brush for your foundation. So I'm just gonna take a little bit and just start blending it. When it comes to foundation, make sure you're not putting the product all over your face and then waiting for it to dry, because some foundation can really dry out so fast and then it can give you a hard time to blend. And also putting a little bit as you blend helps you to make sure you're not overdoing the product on the face, because once you put too much product, you'll either have to wipe or you will take a long time blending. So you just want to make sure that you're adding a little bit of foundation at a time, blending, and then now you can add on coverage depending on how much coverage you want. And then also the key factor in foundation is making sure that you match your tone and your shade as well. Alright, so then once your base is okay, then I'm gonna highlight. And if you noticed, I didn't add any foundation under my eye because you don't want your makeup to be cakey and you don't want your makeup to feel heavy. So I prefer adding one product at a time. And before we used to put foundation everywhere, then add concealer on top. But nowadays, I just have adapted to that routine of just the concealer under the eye to highlight and then the foundation for the rest of my face. Yeah, so for concealer, I'm using the same one I used to clean my eyebrow in the shade Toffee from LA Girl. And then this is a trick I learned, just to give your concealer like 2 minutes to get dried up a bit. And it really works. I know sometimes some tips and tricks work and some don't. Yeah, but this one works. If you want to get more coverage out of your concealer, just give it like 2 minutes. Even sometimes you can just apply it as you're contouring and then leave it for like 2 minutes and then blend it out. It will give you an actual full coverage compared to applying it directly and then just blending it out. And can you notice I don't leave my concealer like blended up to this part. I just blend it out in a circular movement just to make sure we are not left with a harsh line here, because that can get crazy and it can show even after powdering your face. Yeah, so to set the concealer in the places I highlighted, I'm gonna use this LA Girl Pro powder. It's the high definition setting powder. It's in the banana yellow shade, and that's what I'm gonna use to set my under eye. And you just want to press in the powder using the beauty blender. And for me personally, I prefer blending with the part that I blended with the concealer. That way I usually feel like it just gives me a better natural look compared to when you use a totally clean beauty blender. So once you set, then we're gonna contour our face using this powder. It's the LA Girl powder in the shade Cocoa. You can use any powder as well. You don't have to be limited to LA Girl, but make sure it's dark. So the reason as to why contouring your face is important, it adds some shadow on your face and gives an illusion of smaller and more defined structures compared to just leaving your face with just foundation, which kind of evens out your face. So make sure you don't skip this. I'm gonna take in an angled fluffy brush, a tiny one, and I'm gonna contour my nose as well. Yeah, but don't go too crazy with this. It can mess you up. It can make your nose too dark. So you want to go lightly and then make sure you blend it out. Yeah. So then onto our eyes. I'm gonna use this Earth palette. It's from Zaron Cosmetics. It has some beautiful nude shades. I think I've used it severally in this channel. Yeah, so that's how it looks. And I'm gonna be taking the Sahara. It's a dark brown shade. And then Dune. So I'll start with the Dune. That's what I'm gonna use as my transition shade. And I'm just adding it on my crease area upwards. And then because this is beginner friendly, I'm not gonna go too crazy with the eyeshadow. I'm just gonna leave it so neutral so that it's something you can be able to recreate. Yeah, so I'm just adding it. This is the crease area, the part where your eyeball and your brow bone meet. And then using a clean brush, blending brush, this fluffy blending brush, I'm gonna go back with the Dune. I'm just gonna blend out everything together. So for the inner part of my eye, I'm gonna go in with Autumn shade from the Smudge palette. And I'm just gonna add it on the inner part. It's a little bit lighter. It has like an orange undertone to it. And that's what I'm just gonna use. And sometimes you can just use one color. You don't have to do too much for the eye, and especially if you're going for simple eye makeup or simple makeup, you can just use one matte color shadow, or even use the powder we use to contour our face. You can just add it on your eyelid and you're good to go. To set the rest of my face, I'm going in with my powder shade from the Ezekiel powder palette, and I'm just gonna brush off any excess as well. Yeah, so for my mascara, I'm gonna go in with the Zaron lengthening mascara, and I'm just gonna add it to my lashes. And guys, there's a difference between lengthening and volumizing. So always make sure if your lashes have volume and you just need length, buy a lengthening mascara. And if your eyes are scarce, the lashes that is, always buy volumizing so that it adds volume. it definitely works, but make sure you're getting it from a good brand, a well-known brand. Yeah, so after this, I'm just gonna fix in my lashes. I'm not gonna be doing a wing liner today. Again, because I know so wing liner are a bit tricky for beginners. So let me show you how you can place in your lashes without doing a wing liner. So you just want to make sure that you go as close as possible to your lashes. Place the lash and then adjust it after. So that's how it's looking. Again, when it comes to the eye, you cannot struggle with the wing liner and struggle with lashes. You have to choose a struggle, because if you're struggling with lashes and you don't know how to do wing liner, the gap between your lashes and the false lashes will show. But if you're struggling with liner and you know how to put lashes, then you won't struggle that much. Yeah, so for under eye, I'm gonna go in with this Davis pencil. I'm just gonna line my waterline, and I'm doing the top part as well. So for highlight, I'm gonna go in with this BH Cosmetic palette, and it has some really dope highlighter. All these are highlighter. I got it a while back. I don't even think it's still in the market. And I'm gonna use one of the highlighter to highlight my nose. Look at that pigment, guys. Look at that. Then I'm also using it, and I'm using my finger because I feel like it's easier to apply your highlighter on the nose using your finger. Then using the same one, I'm just gonna highlight my cheekbones. Yeah, so using this pencil brush to highlight the inner part of my eye. And then I'm gonna just blend it with my powder brush to make sure it's not too harsh. I'm going in with my all-time favorite for my lips, and it's this Davis pencil and this LA Colors lip gloss in the shade Fresh. Yeah, and for such a neutral look, I just go with nude lip as well, just to keep the consistency. And I also feel it would be easy for a beginner. It's not so complicated. It's just lining your lips, doing your gloss, and you're good to go. Yeah, so this is how the combo looks. And the trick when it comes to applying a lip liner and a gloss, make sure you blend your lip liner before adding in the gloss, so that you're not left with a harsh line that kind of shows the gap between the gloss and the liner. That's another hack for you. Yeah, so last but not least, I'm gonna be using this Maybelline Lasting Fix, and it's a setting spray, and that will put all this together and make sure that this makeup does not move throughout the day. Yeah. This setting spray smells so good, and one way you can speed your setting spray to dry, it's using a fan. And if you don't have a fan, the other way you can speed your setting spray to dry is using your beauty blender and dabbing it in. Just dab it in. Yeah, so guys, this is the finished look. I hope you guys really enjoyed watching this. I hope it was detailed enough. Please, if you liked it, don't forget to subscribe, like this video and leave us a comment down below. And also remember, we offer classes. If you're in Nairobi, Kenya, make sure to check us out. Our studio is located in Nairobi CBD, Tumaini House, 5th floor, and we have 20% offer on all our makeup courses. So just make sure to check us out. On Instagram it's The Glam Hub, and my page is @artistry_ on Instagram. We're also on TikTok, by the way. Follow us in every platform. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much for watching to the end, and I really hope you learned something today. Till next week, bye bye.